Welcome to Off We Go. We'd like to introduce you to a list of 20 the best attractions in Rome. Rome is the capital of Italy and the country's largest and most populated city. Rome is one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in the world. It was founded as a small village by the banks of the Tiber River in 753 BC. Rome has been a major center for Western civilization with its art, architecture, politics, law, and culture having a profound influence on Western society. Rome is one of the most beautiful cities in the world. It has a rich history and culture, making it a perfect tourist destination. The city has many attractions that are worth visiting. For those who want to explore Rome and its surroundings, here are 20 of the best attractions in Rome in our opinion. Number 1. Colosseum. This is one of the most famous attractions in Rome and is located in the center of the city, just a few minutes away from other popular landmarks like PIAZZA and Pantheon. The Colosseum was built by Emperor Vespasian around 70 AD as a gift to his people for their loyalty and hard work during his reign. It was used for gladiator battles and other types of public entertainment events until it was abandoned around 5th century AD. Number 2. Vatican City. Vatican City is the smallest independent state in the world. It is surrounded by Rome, and its territory consists of a few buildings, gardens, and museums. The St. Peter's Basilica is the largest church in the world. It was built over a span of almost 150 years and is one of the holiest sites in Christianity. The church is located on Vatican Hill. The basilica has been built over the site where St. Peter, one of Jesus' apostles, was buried in AD 64. The Vatican Museums are a group of art and cultural museums located within the city-state. The museums contain a vast number of works from ancient times to the present day, representing a wide range of religious and secular subjects. The Vatican Museums were founded by Pope Julius II in 1506 and are one of the oldest museums in the world. They include paintings, sculptures, frescoes, mosaics, tapestries, and objects dating from pre-Christian times to the present day. The Sistine Chapel is a chapel in the Apostolic Palace, the official residence of the Pope. The chapel takes its name from Pope Sixtus IV, who restored it between 1477 and 1480. The Sistine Chapel has a history that spans over 500 years. It was first built by Pope Julius II in 1508, but over time it was redecorated many times and underwent many changes. The last major change to the chapel happened in 1547 when Michelangelo's ceiling frescoes were completed. Number 3. The Trevi Fountain. The Trevi Fountain was built in 1762 by Nicola Salvi, and it is a masterpiece of Baroque art. The fountain is one of the most famous fountains in Rome, and it has been featured in many movies. The Trevi Fountain illustrates the Roman motifs of water, architecture, stone, and sculpture. Number 4. The Pantheon. The Pantheon is the best preserved ancient Roman building. The building was completed in about 118 AD under the reign of Emperor Hadrian. The Pantheon is a circular temple with a dome that has no support from any pillars or walls. The only support for the dome comes from the weight of its huge concrete blocks and its enormous height, which are some of its most distinctive features. Number 5. Forum Romanum. Forum Romanum is the center of the city, and Palatine is the hill that overlooks it. The Palatine Hill was the original site of Rome with a sanctuary dedicated to Jupiter Optimus Maximus. The Forum Romanum was located below it on a lower level, near where the Colosseum stands today. The Forum Romanum was where all public meetings took place and people would gather to discuss politics and business. The Palatine Hill was used for religious ceremonies. Number 6. PIAZZA. PIAZZA is a famous Roman square with a statue of King Victor Emmanuel II in the center. It is located near the Pantheon and has been an important hub for centuries, attracting Romans and tourists alike. The square was built by Pope Innocent X in 1657 as part of a project to create a new urban quarter outside the walls of Rome. It was designed as an open space which would not be hemmed in by narrow side streets and include large blocks with churches, public spaces, and private houses. The Piazzan Avenue was built on the site of Nero's Domus, AUREA, which had been leveled over 300 years earlier to make way for Trajan's. Number 7. The Monument of Vittorio Emanuele. The Monument of Vittorio Emanuele II was built by Giuseppe Saxony and inaugurated on June 4, 1895. The monument is located on the axis that links Piazza del Popolo to Piazza della Repubblica. The monument consists of a bronze statue, which represents the king in uniform and wearing the decorations of Knight Grand Cross, with a sword in his right hand and a laurel wreath in his left hand. On the base there are two bronze groups, one representing Italy as a young woman offering to the king an olive branch, and another representing peace as an angel with broken chains. Below there is an allegorical group depicting industry as a woman sitting on piles of goods with her right hand holding. Number 8. The Spanish Steps. The Spanish Steps are a famous landmark in Rome. They were built in 1723 by the architects Francesco de Sanctis and Alessandro Specchi. They lead from the Piazza di Spagna to the Trinit dei Monti Church on the Piazza's summit. The steps were designed to provide an easy way for people to ascend from the busy streets of Rome to what was then a fashionable residential district on top of an ancient Roman hill. Number 9. Galleria Borghese. Galleria Borghese is the most important museum in Rome and one of the most important museums in Italy. It was built to house the art collection of Cardinal Scipione Borghese, with paintings by Titian, Raphael, Caravaggio, and Bernini. The Villa Borghese is a public park in Rome. The park was designed by Jean-Charles Alphand as part of a project for Napoleon III's Parisian residence. The grounds contain an art museum and library that are open to the public, as well as various buildings including a theater, horse stables, and ice skating rink. Number 10. Piazza della Madonna dei Monti. It is one of the most beautiful sights in Trastevere is the Piazza della Madonna dei Monti. The piazza is located in a small hill and is surrounded by buildings with colorful facades. The square has a fountain in the center, which was built in 1726. The Basilica of Santa Maria in Trastevere, also known as the Mother Church of Rome, sits on the other side of the piazza. It was built on top of an ancient temple dedicated to Venus and Romer, and has been there since around 330 AD. Number 11. Castel Sant'Angelo. Castel Sant'Angelo is a Roman fort which was originally built as a mausoleum for Roman Emperor Hadrian. The building has been used for different purposes in the past centuries. Castel Sant'Angelo was originally built as a mausoleum for Roman Emperor Hadrian. It served as a fortress, a prison, and an observatory in the past centuries. Number 12. The Archbasilica of St. John Lateran. The Archbasilica of St. John Lateran is the cathedral church of Rome and the official ecclesiastical seat of the Pope. It is located in the city's historic center, not far from the Roman Forum. The Archbasilica was first built in 324 by Emperor Constantine I. The current building dates back to medieval times, with additions made to it over time. It was once known as the Church of John Lateran, but has been known as St. John Lateran since at least 1589. Number 13. Piazza del Popolo. Piazza del Popolo is a public square in Rome. It is located in the heart of the city, northwest of the Capitoline Hill. Piazza del Popolo was designed by Michelangelo and built in 1538 to commemorate Pope Paul III's elevation to the papacy. The piazza serves as a terminus for several important streets, including Via del Corso and Via della Conciliazione, which lead northward from Piazza Venezia. The piazza has been a frequent subject of artists like Bernini and painters like Canaletto and Piranesi. It has also been featured in films such as Roman Holiday and La Dolce Vita. both starring Audrey Hepburn. Number 14. The Romanum Way. The Romanum Way is a historic road in Italy. It was the first major Roman road built outside the Italian peninsula. The road was constructed by order of the censor Appius Claudius Cacus, who began construction in 312 BC and completed it in 311 BC. It starts at Rome and continues southeastward to Brindisi on the Adriatic coast, near the mouth of the river Apennines, where it turned eastward to head inland across southern Italy. It went through Samnium, Apulia, Lucania, and reached Brindisium, now called Brindisi, on the Adriatic Sea after crossing what is now northern Calabria. Number 15. The Domus Aurea. The Domus Aurea is one of the most famous buildings in the world. It was built by Nero, a Roman emperor, and it served as his personal palace. The construction of Domus Aurea was started in 64 AD, and it took 4 years to complete. It is believed that Nero's intention was to make this building as big as Rome itself. The building covers an area of 300 acres, which is equivalent to about 200 hectares, or only a fifth of the size of New York City's Central Park. Nero used gold and precious stones for decorating the ceiling and walls, which made it even more extravagant than before. Number 16. Domus Roman. Domus Roman is an ancient Roman house that was discovered in 1980. It is located in the city of Ostia, which was the ancient harbor city of Rome. The house has been dated back to the 1st century AD, and it has been preserved well enough to allow visitors to go through a tour of it and imagine what life may have been like then. Visitors can also see how people lived in different parts of the house and how they would have interacted with each other. Number 17. Palazzo Colonna. It was built by the architect Francesco Borromini from 1644 to 1650. The design of the building is a perfect example of Italian Baroque architecture. The Colonna Palace is located on Via della Pilota. It was originally built as a residence for Cardinal Scipione Colonna, who later became Pope Innocent X. Number 18. Basilica di San Clemente al Laterano. Basilica di San Clemente al Laterano is a Roman Catholic basilica and one of the oldest churches in Rome. The Basilica di San Clemente al Laterano was built by Pope Sixtus III in the 4th century on the site of an earlier church, which had been built over a 2nd century temple dedicated to the Roman god Mithras. The church has been granted both minor basilica and papal basilica status. Number 19. The Baths of Caracalla. The Baths of Caracalla were a series of ancient Roman baths in Rome. The baths were built in 216 AD by the Emperor Septimius Severus and his son Caracalla. The site was located on the Esquiline Hill and served as a model for later imperial bath complexes throughout the Roman Empire. The name comes from the nickname of Caracalla, who oversaw their construction and used them lavishly. They are one of Rome's most important ancient buildings. Number 20. Ostia. Ostia was the port city of Rome. It was established in the 1st century and abandoned in the 7th century. The site is now a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it is located on a peninsula on the coast of Italy. The site is home to a number of ancient structures, including houses, temples, and shops. Visitors can take guided tours around Ostia to learn more about Roman life and culture. There you go. And what would be your favorite attraction in Rome? Let us know in comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you don't want to miss out on our future videos, please hit the bell button and we will let you know once a new video becomes available.